Hello friends, Namaskar. Myself is Dr. Jinesh Soni. I am an advocate, and in today's class we will study about section 479 of BNSS. Basically, it provides a mandate of maximum period for which under trial prisoner could be detained. Today we will discuss the said protocol first in brief so that we could have the idea about that particular section. Basically, the said section deals with the release of under trial prisoner on bail or on personal bond based on the period of detention. It specifically allows the release of under trial prisoner who have served a significant portion of their maximum sentence. Specifically, it mandates release on bail if the under trial has been detained for half the maximum imprisonment period prescribed for the offence, excluding death penalty or life imprisonment cases. And for first time offender, this threshold limit is reduced to one-third of maximum sentence, and they can be released on personal bond instead of bail in that case. So, to understand that general idea more specifically, we have to study subsection 1 attached to section 479 of BNSS. It says that where a person has, during the period of investigation, inquiry or trial, under BNSS of an offence under any law, it might be a general law, might be a special law, not being an offence for which punishment of death or life imprisonment has been specified as one of the punishment under that law, undergone detention for a period extending up to one half of the maximum period of imprisonment specified for that offence, he shall be released on bail by the court. There is a proviso attached which says that where such person is a first time offender, which means who has never been convicted of any offence in the past, he shall be released on personal bond by the court if he has undergone detention for a period extending up to one-third of the maximum period of imprisonment specified for such offence. There is another proviso which says the court may, after hearing the public prosecutor and for the reasons to be recorded in writing, may order the continuation of detention of such person for a period longer than one half of the said period, or release him on bail bond instead of his personal bond. To be noted that the said proviso mandates the hearing of public prosecutor, and apart from that, the reasons are required to be recorded in writing while passing the order. Otherwise, the proceeding would be vitiated and they are liable to be set aside and quashed. There is also another proviso that says that no such person shall in any case be detained during the period of investigation, inquiry or trial for more than the maximum period of imprisonment provided for the said offence under that law. To understand subsection 1, we will take certain examples. If a person is accused of an offence with a maximum sentence of 4 years and they have been in detention for 2 years, means half the sentence, they would be eligible to be released on bail as per the protocol of section 479 of BNSS. And as far as the last provision is concerned, if a person is accused of an offence with maximum sentence of 4 years and the person is in detention for 4 years, means the maximum sentence, in that scenario, the said person would be eligible to be released on bail as per the protocol of section 479 of BNSS. There is an explanation that says in computing the period of detention under this section for grant of bail, the period of detention passed due to delay in proceeding caused by the accused shall not be taken into consideration. So basically, if there are proceeding on record and it is shown that there is a delay but it is caused by accused deliberately, in that scenario he would not take the benefit of his own wrong. As far as subsection 2 is concerned, it says that notwithstanding anything contained in subsection 1 and subject to third proviso, where an investigation, inquiry or trial in more than one offence or in multiple cases are pending against a person, he would not be eligible to get the benefit of section 479 of BNSS. As far as subsection 3 is concerned, The superintendent of jail, where the accused is detained on completion of one third of period mentioned in subsection 1, as the case may be, shall, it is mandatory for him, forthwith make an application to the concerned court in writing to proceed as per subsection 1 for the release of such person on bail. To be noted that the said section correspond to section 436A of CRPC. So while concluding section 479 of B and SS, we could say that it is having the following key aspects. Number 1, the said section applies to offences where the maximum punishment is not death or life imprisonment, and the concerned under trial prisoners are eligible for release on bail if they are detained for half the maximum sentence prescribed for the offences in case they are first time offenders. The release threshold is one third of the maximum sentence, and they could be released on personal bond as per the protocol. And apart from that, the jail superintendent is required to submit a written application to the court to initiate the release process when the under trial prisoner has completed the relevant detention period as provided by subsection 1. Basically, the said provision is intended to help to avoid the overcrowding in the jail by ensuring timely release of under trial prisoners. So I think that I am totally able to cause all of you to understand the basic concept of section 479 of B and SS. So whenever you are going to plan for the said application, you have to study clause number 1, 2 and 3 so that you could make an effective application without any legal complications. See you in the next video. Till then, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.